So, uh, third time's a charm, right? I was looking at my intro video, and it was kind of dull and hard to watch. Sorry about that. But I realized I didn't give a whole lot of background. Um, and so I wanted to do that here. And I'll try to do it quickly, but I'm not guaranteeing anything. Uh, as far as I can recall, being an old fart that I am at 39, um, as a child, I don't recall ever having feelings of feeling like I was a boy, that I should have been a boy, etc., etc. I was a tomboy, that's for sure. I remember that, and I remember that I liked skateboarding and bicycling and football and sports, and I played with the guys a lot. Didn't have a whole lot of girlfriends. Just wasn't into hanging out with the girls. They're kind of boring. um, as a child, playing with my cousins, if we ever played house or anything, I had to have a male role or I wouldn't play. And so, as far as any kind of gender conflict in my childhood, that's all I can think of. I have been a tomboy my entire life. Uh, very rarely wore dresses, only when I was forced to, or dressed feminine, and period. I t-shirt and jeans, that was me. Flannels, that was me. um, so it wasn't until I was about 23 that I even realized that people felt trapped in the wrong body, and that they could do something about it. When I moved to Tucson, I made friends. I met a couple of female to male guys. Um, One of them at the time I had no idea was ever a female or had given birth to 5 boys when he was. But once I found out he was, I became pretty fascinated, intrigued, and started researching because I really interested. I guess when I first started the research, I wasn't quite sure. I was that it was just it's just interesting, but I think actually looking back, I was doing research for myself. Um, another one of my friends, I actually got to see him transition. I met him when he was female, saw him go through his transition, which was pretty awesome. Found myself being very jealous as his voice was dropping, as his face became fuzzier. um, wasn't jealous of him as he was losing his hair, but he's a good looking guy nonetheless. Um, and so uh, I started talking to them, and I started talking more. When I was talking to them, I started talking more about how I think I might be, and I have similar feelings like that. And they recommended me to a therapist, and in about 98 or 99, can't quite remember, it's a long time ago, I started therapy with a gender therapist, same therapist my friends had gone with, and binders, packers, I had it all. I was in a relationship with a girl uh, who was very supportive of me, um, supported me through every turn, and I so and as I was getting closer to um, making that final decision of starting hormones and such, um, she came to me, my girlfriend came to me and said that we would not be able to remain in a relationship if I transitioned because she strongly identified as a lesbian. She knew what she wanted, and that's what she was going to have, and that wasn't that wasn't going to be me if I transitioned. So after a brief time of soul searching for myself, I chose the girl. Even though I'm here now, after all these years, again in this chair or in this position, I don't regret it for 1 minute that I stayed with her, even though the relationship did end in 2004. I It was the best decision for me at that time. Um, so fast forward to now, it's 2014. Um, from 2004 to 2012, I didn't really struggle with my identity. Didn't really think about it much at all. Just whatever. Uh, it wasn't until 2012 when I lived through some of the worst things in my life that I could have lived through. A lot of stressors, foreclosure, bankruptcy, moving. My baby brother had a massive stroke, almost lost him. Thank God I didn't lose him. But there were other things in there too, car accidents, whatever. My mom quitting her job and moving, but it started me thinking, um, what have I done for me to make me happy? What can I do? What? And I started. I got to a point where it was. I just started. I don't know how to explain it, but so I started thinking about my gender again, and through the beginning parts of 2013, some other experiences that I had that just kind of reaffirmed for me that I was not living an authentic life, and that if I wanted to be authentic, that there were some changes that I needed to make. And in September of last year, I picked my name, Logan Schuyler, and um, got a therapist number. And it took me a while to call him. In fact, I didn't call him until January of this year. But I've been seeing him every other week since February, and started, like I said, started my testosterone last week, and that's where I'm at now. Uh, Not a glamorous story, but it's my story, and I don't know if anybody can relate to any of it. But if you have any questions or want to know a little bit more, would just ask. If it's something I'm not willing to answer, I'll let you know, but I won't be offended. Um, so, yeah, everybody out there in that virtual world, I hope you have a great weekend.